What's the best gaming PC you can build giving maximum performance for only £500? 60 FPS at ultra settings sound good to you? Great, then you've come to the right place. Welcome everyone, I'm Twisted Skinz and this build guide is going to take you through my version of the best PC you can build for £500 or less. There has never been a better time for you to build your own PC given the advancements in technology in the last few years. This guide will explain the reasoning behind my component choices to give you the best bang for your buck PC in 2017. All links will be provided in the description below, so without further ado, let's begin. The most influential component of any modern gaming PC is the graphics card, so that is where we're going to start. I've chosen the awesome XFX Radeon RX-480. This is clocked at 1266MHz with 4GB of VRAM and supports all the latest games in DirectX 12. Now at 1080p resolution, the 8GB version is just not necessary. 4GB is enough, even for future games. Coming in at only £169 from Balacom International, who knows when the price will change, that is a bargain. If this is no longer available when you're watching, then the RX-470 will make a solid replacement as it offers about 90% of the performance, and I've seen these go as low as £150. Now, either of these cards will smash games like Dark Souls 3, Hitman, Quantum Break, Doom, Formula 1 2016, Gears of War 4, Titanfall 2, and the popular Battlefield 1 at 60 FPS, ultra settings, 1080p, no problem. For those of you wondering why I didn't go with Nvidia's GTX 1060, it is a good £20 to £30 dearer, and that is for the 3GB version. Now, I'm not convinced that this will stand the test of time, as games are definitely becoming more demanding of VRAM. There is nothing more jarring though than when a video card runs out of puff and stuttering rears its ugly head. That and the Radeon offers upgradability via Crossfire, giving it greater flexibility in my opinion. Moving on to the housing, I've gone with Corsair's Carbide 100R, which is a mid-tower ATX case with plenty of room and ventilation. This is a fantastic case to show off all your shiny new hardware, as it is a window design which is both elegant and minimalistic without being bland. I've built quite a few PCs using Corsair cases and have always been impressed with their quality, airflow, cable management and toolless hard drive installation. It just makes everything that much easier for the first time builder. Going for a cheaper case would definitely save us some money, but the ventilation would be worse, the cable management dire, and micro ATX designs can be fiddly. Why stress yourself out? Coming in at £49, it is great value for a case of this calibre. Moving on to the power supply, I've gone for EVGA's 500W 80 Plus White for £41. This comes backed with EVGA's warranty of 3 years, 40 amps on the 12V rail, so we're in no fear of running out of steam, and the all-important 8-pin connector that we need for our Radeon GPU. Now this is a reliable power supply at a decent price. For the hard drive, I've gone with the trusty 1TB Western Digital Blue at £42. Now at this price point, an SSD will offer about 120GB of storage and will definitely boot your PC and load games faster. However, in today's games, which can exceed 60GB, I just don't think this is a viable option, particularly if you already have or aspire to have a large game collection. Steam winter sale, anyone? For the RAM, I've gone with DDR4, as this is the fastest and newest memory available. In the UK, pricing seems to have gone a little mad, finding one stick of 8GB for less than £60 and not having to wait 3 months for it proved to be quite a challenge. In the end, I found Kaikatech selling the Corsair Vengence LPX for £56. These are clocked at 240MHz, are made by a respectable manufacturer and will fit the rest of our budget build perfectly. As much as certain games recommend 16GB, if you are just gaming, that is a waste of money. There are very few well-optimised games that consume more than 8GB of RAM currently. With that said, don't worry, we have space in our build if you need to upgrade in the future. Moving on to the motherboard, I've chosen the ASUS Prime B250M-K. This is an 1151 motherboard that supports the latest 7th gen Kaby Lake architecture. So if we decide to upgrade to a higher performing CPU in the future, we're covered. It also has one spare memory slot for future upgrading if 8GB doesn't cut it. The styling is unlikely to set hearts on fire in the vein of the Republic of Gamers motherboards. However, it is practical, robust, check out the fortified PCI Express slot with solid soldering, and offers great voltage protection. I personally really like the way that ASUS lay out their BIOS, as it's easy for beginners to understand as everything is very clear. Coming in at £64, it's a solid purchase. Which only leaves us with the CPU. Yes, that's right, you guessed it, I went with Intel's Pentium G4560. Now, I'm not going to say too much about this processor, as everyone and their nan has been harping on about this since its release. Yes, it does deserve the title the new budget king. Despite being nearly half the price of the i3-6100 and clocked at a mere 200 MHz slower, it offers 95% of the performance in gaming, hence its popularity. Most games use no more than 4 cores, and its dual-core and hyper-threading configuration stacks up well in current titles. At a cost of £62, it's a steal. This brings our total to £483. Be sure to share, like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content. Give it a dislike if you didn't, and let me know in the comments section your thoughts on this awesome build for less than £500. Remember, stay passionate about PC, whatever your budget, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.